After President Trump's memo outlining the plans for mass firings was released this afternoon, our team began investigating the potential impacts on the DMV, and we're putting this fallout into perspective. In the last couple of hours, we've learned which workers are most vulnerable. Our Matt Gregory talked with two people who predict the cuts will impact all of us, no matter where we work.
So this memo came down. It's 7 pages, and it outlines how President Trump wants to massively reduce the federal workforce by next month. So let's talk to two people who can make sense of the memo and its impacts.
What I'm interpreting from the scheduling is that we're going to start seeing these mass layoffs by around the 4th of July.
That's Kevin Owen. Now, he's a federal employment law attorney. Kevin says the memo acts as a plan on how to do the layoffs. So it excludes military and public safety personnel, but it doesn't say how many people or what percentage of each agency gets cut, but it does target one group.
If you are a federal employee and you were furloughed during a government shutdown, this plan really singles that class of employee as ripe for being laid off.
He compared it to
sequestration that happened during the Obama presidency was minor in comparison to what they are announcing that they're going to do here.
We have roughly 375,000 federal workers and even more contractors in the DMV area. So how would this affect our economy?
We're going to see spillover effects.
Terry Clower is the director of regional analysis at George Mason University. Now, Terry says for every one job lost, that also does a little more damage because it takes away the livelihood that creates on average 0.4 jobs.
So these things will trickle through many different sectors of the economy. And then, of course, these notices that we have about actually reducing procurement spending, which would be on top of all of that.
For an area that leans heavily on federal contracts and federal employees, Terry worries about this triggering potentially a regional recession.
But I think that it's going to be a pretty bumpy ride for the next 12 to 18 months and maybe even a little longer, depending on what Mr. Trump and Mr. Musk are doing.
I'm Matt Gregory, WUSA 9.